So guys, fun fact about me. Actually, before I went to university to study veterinary medicine, I had actually never seen or met a veterinarian. I had never walked into a veterinary clinic or slash veterinary hospital. I didn't even know what this profession actually looks like. I had an idea, obviously, because I had read about it online, and the only place where I had actually seen or heard about this career as a child was on a agricultural science textbook in grade 10. So on today's video, I'm going to tell you guys about how I went from never ever have I met a veterinarian to actually becoming a veterinarian myself. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that don't know me, I am Dr. Nobs, a veterinarian by profession, living and practicing in South Africa. Welcome to my YouTube channel, guys. Thank you everybody for supporting me, for subscribing, for watching, and for liking my channel. For those of you that are watching, you are watching, but you are not subscribing. I see you guys. Don't do that, guys. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's absolutely free. It costs you absolutely nothing. It's just a way for you to support me and help my channel to grow. So let's get into today's video, guys. I'm not very good with summarizing things. I'm sure you guys have noticed by now, but I'm going to try and make this story as short as I possibly can without actually ruining this story, okay? Where do I start? Let's go back to high school. Let's start in high school, okay? So when I went to grade 9. I was in the middle of a move. We moved from Tanin to Giyani. And then I went to do grade 9 in a school called Ritabile High School. I hated that school. That's all I'm going to say about that school. I hated it. It was such a terrible year for me. And it was just not a good school. I felt like they're teaching me stuff that I learned in Bombeleni Primary School back in Goangoa, you know, and that time I was in grade 9. And I felt like they're wasting my time. And I was like, this is not the type of future or the type of school that I need to be at for the type of future that I want for myself, right? So I made sure I moved. So one thing about me, growing up, I always knew that I want to do agriculture. The only thing was I didn't know what about agriculture do I actually want to do. So I always made it a point that when I go to grade 10, I need to be in a school that teaches agriculture. So I made sure that I went to a high school that taught agriculture as a subject. And that's how I ended up being in grade 10 and learning in Rasinga High School. Hello, shout out to Rasinga High School and all the amazing teachers that taught me. I don't remember the name of my agricultural science subject teacher. I don't remember his name, but he made my grade 10 the most memorable and the most amazing year of my life. And he actually confirmed to me that agriculture, it's actually the field of career that I need to be in, and that's where I belong. So in grade 10, when we were doing agriculture, they gave us a textbook. And in the textbook, my favorite chapter was animal reproduction, right? And oh, I loved that subject, guys. I was enjoying everything about it and I understood it. And it just resonated with me for some reason. I don't know why, but it resonated with me for some reason, right? And the textbook was such a life-changing moment for me because at the end of the year, we had to return the textbooks. And before I returned my textbook, I actually went through it. So I paged through it to make sure that it was not damaged. Because, you know, in public schools, if you damage a textbook, you must pay for it, right? But also another thing that was bothering me was that I'm going to lose the textbook. And I love it so much. And it has my favorite subject in it, hashtag animal reproduction, right? So I had animal reproduction at the back of my head as I was moving through high school. And I was wondering, how on earth can I do this animal reproduction thing as a career, right? So while I was opening or paging through that agricultural textbook, at the back of the textbook, there was a list of careers that one could do in agriculture. And as I was scrolling, guys, there at the bottom there, there was veterinary science, because obviously it's in alphabetical order. So veterinary science was right at the bottom of the list. And I saw it BVSC, bachelor's degree in veterinary medicine. And then in bracket, it was written Dokotela ya Swiharhi, you know. It was written like an English doctor of animals. And then I was like, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I made that decision because also when I saw the career and actually remembered how my little brother had a dog, his name was Danger, you know, and we all loved Danger. And Danger got sick and Danger died. And we were so traumatized because none of us actually knew where to take this sick dog, you know. I mean, our neighbors made a plan and they gave it potassium permanganate. You know, guys, you know, back in the rural areas, we make a plan. If something is sick and you don't know what to do, you make a plan, you try everything, different concussions, you know. So somebody gave it potassium manganate and obviously still Danger did not survive. But that really, really hurt us. And when I found that career at the back of the textbook, I was like, no, Mina, I'm going to be this doctor of animals. I'm going to save what Danger and what Bobby and what Snoopy. That's going to be my job. Because I don't want any other child to experience that type of trauma, okay? And from that day, guys, from that day, going to grade 11, going to grade 12, I started to actually feel pain for each and every animal in my township that was suffering. I remember this other day, we were walking to school with my friends and somebody ran over a cat. And I screamed so loud that everybody was shocked as to why am I so concerned about this cat? But I was so hurt for the cat. Luckily, the cat died on the spot, you know, and it didn't suffer long. But I was very hurt. I actually stood there and froze for a minute and actually just wondered. He drove over the cat. He didn't even care to stop. He just kept moving. And that was another moment that was such a pivotal moment in my life that actually confirmed to me and actually was like a sign that this is the type of profession that I'm going to go into. Mind you, I did not look into how much do they earn, what type of cars do they drive. You know how it's like back home, we measure success with cars or with material things. Most people be like, I want to be a doctor because I saw Dr. Mang Mang and he has this big house and this big car. But for me, veterinary wasn't about that because I'd actually never met or seen a veterinarian. I don't even know how much they earn. So I was just going to be like, but I was just like, I'm going to become a vet. I'm going to become that person who speaks for Bobby and Danger. I'm going to become that person who actually cares and not actually just let people run over animals and move on like nothing happened, right? And yeah, and after that, I went to school. I stayed in school. I did my grade 11. I did my grade 12. And when I was in grade 12, I went to Polokwane for career day. And that was another important moment again, because then at the career day, University of Pretoria was there. And I went to the what do you call it, the little stand that they had, and I went to speak to the people that were there, and I told them I want to do veterinary science because obviously I had done some research by now, and I found out that veterinary science is only offered at the University of Pretoria. And went to the University of Pretoria stand, and I was talking to them, and I told them I want to do veterinary science, and they told me you have to apply because it's closing soon. And guys, they gave me all the forms and they told me how much the application fee would cost and all of that. And I actually went home and I sat down and I filled in that form. I applied for veterinary science as my first choice, and my second choice was veterinary nursing, because obviously I had also found out that veterinary nursing is a career. And then I also applied at UKZN for animal science, just in case I don't get into veterinary science. I had UKZN as a backup. I think at UKZN I applied for animal science as well as agribusiness. And yeah, and I actually sent through my application form with the help of my dad. He gave me the application fee money. Yes, guys, I said my father passed away, if I did say it on the video, but I do have a dad. His brothers are my dads. So with the help of my dad, I went, I sent the form through to University of Pretoria, and I didn't get accepted. I actually didn't get accepted, guys, because my grade 11 marks were bad. They were terrible. They were not good. And those are the marks you need to apply to university with, right? And so they were not good. Obviously, agriculture and life science were okay, but my mathematics and my physical science were bad. And because of that, I didn't get into vet. But come end of the year, guys, hey, I performed a miracle, Shem. I must say. Wait, guys, I performed a miracle, Matiba, in grade 12. I did really well. I got a B, like in mathematics. I didn't get an A. But for somebody who had an FF or something like that in grade 11 to a B, that was a miracle. It was like, what? Is this the same person? So I got a B in mathematics at the end of the year, of my matric year. And then I went to University of Pretoria with the help of my dad again. Shout out to my dad. We went to the University of Pretoria, and my dad was like, he's not going to choose for me what career I should follow. If veterinary science is what I want to do, it is what I'm going to do. So we went to the University of Pretoria. We went to the Faculty of Agricultural Sciences. And when we got there, remember, I wasn't accepted. I showed them, I gave them my marks. And I remember the lady who was there was like, is this the same person? These marks, the marks you applied with, and these marks that you have from grade 12, are you the same person? And then me and my dad, we both smiled, and I was like, yeah, it's the same person. And that lady was like, okay, I don't really have space for you, and it's kind of too late for you now to be accepted into veterinary science. But maybe you can go to grade 13. Maybe you can do the extended program. We have an extended program that you can do at Mamelodi campus. I will go and check if we have space for that for you. Right. And then I was like, okay. Then she went to the back. And at the same time, guys, you must remember I had also applied at UKZN. UKZN had actually accepted me. But I didn't tell my dad this little secret. Or did I tell him? I don't know. But I don't think I told him. I didn't tell anyone that I got accepted because I felt like everybody was going to be like, no, go where you are accepted. Go where you are accepted. And that's not where I wanted to be. I wanted to be a veterinarian. Right? So she went to the back, and then she came back. And then she said, okay, I have space for you at Mamelodi campus. It's an extended program. It's more like grade 13, guys. You can go there. You have to pass all the modules that you're going to do at grade 13. You are not allowed to fail, because if you fail, you will be excluded from the program and you will not be able to apply for veterinary science the following year. And then she was like, are you fine with that? And then I was like, yeah, no, it's fine. I'm going to go to Mamelodi. I can go to Mamelodi campus. And guys, I must tell you, going to Mamelodi campus, doing grade 13 was the best thing ever. It was the best thing ever, guys. University is hard. University is difficult now. There are all these computers. There's all this heavy English. Everybody is speaking. All these words that you don't know what they mean. You know, you're meeting different people, different lecturers. You know, you have to write tests and exams on computers. I mean, I'm from Guyana, guys. I went to Rusinga High School. We did not have computers. We did not have a chemistry lab, you know, a physics lab or something like that. We were doing like chemical stuff on the chalkboard. So now, doing grade 13 was the best thing ever for me. I'm going to tell you that much, guys. It was the best year ever. And I actually did well. I didn't fail anything. I did very well. I didn't repeat any module because I was scared. I was told after all that if you fail, you will not be able to apply for vet. So I did very well, and I got accepted to veterinary medicine. And that's how my journey into veterinary science started. So tell me if you guys want to know more about how my journey at university went with my broken English and everybody laughing at me every time I said something. It was awkward. It was difficult, but I made it. So guys, if you want to know more about how it went for me there at University of Pretoria and how I failed second year and didn't give up, please tell me on the comment section if you would like me to make a video about it. And I hope you guys enjoyed my story and you watched until the end. And yeah, thank you.